And good evening, everyone, and welcome to our broadcast tonight here on YourLiveEvent.com. I'm Devin Kruger. We are live for an early start tonight here at Pine River-Backus High School. Scheduled for about 7:30. C Squad and B Squad went quick, so they said, why not? Let's get it rolling here tonight. The Sebeka Trojans are in town to take on the Pine River-Backus Tigers. This is a non-conference but a section matchup. Both of these teams in Section 5A volleyball. Also tonight, joining me is Parker Schott, and this is Parker's first volleyball game that did not involve his home school in Pequot Lakes Patriots. So thanks for joining me here tonight, Parker, here in Pine River for what hopefully will be an exciting one tonight.
Of course, my pleasure. I mean, it's really exciting to be part of a game where I don't know any of the players, don't really have experience with the teams. I mean, you know, we went out to Brainerd and everything like that, so I had experience with those teams when they came back around, but these two teams I really haven't been around much, even just for school events, so I'm definitely excited for tonight.
Yeah, well, we're going to see just how far you've come along in a couple short weeks. We welcome you to the Station 371 pregame show. Restock on food, fuel, and bait at locally owned Station 371, right on Highway 371 here in Pine River. Here in the pregame show, we'll take you through the team comparison for the Trojans and the Tigers. We do have both coaches on hand to join us here on the pregame show, and of course we're heading towards that first serve. There's plenty of action tonight. One other game which can be heard on rjbroadcasting.com if you're outside the listening area. Otherwise on Skeeter 1015, it is Crosby Ironton at Swanville. So we'll take a quick timeout. When we return to the Station 371 pregame show, we'll give you the team comparison as the Sebeka Trojans are in town taking on the Pine River-Backus Tigers here on YourLiveEvent.com. And back with you on our Station 371 pregame show. Devin Kruger, Parker Schott with you. Let's take you through our clubs entering play tonight. The visiting Sebeka Trojans, they come in with a record of 8-11. They are 2-4 in matches against other 5A opponents. The Trojans, they last participated in the Purim tournament where they went 1-3. Coach Becca Puyu, she'll tell us about that tournament. Thought they played well despite only picking up one win, but the Trojans, a pretty storied program. She's typically had some really good teams, so don't let the 8-11 record fool you at all. Out of the Park Region Conference, the Sebeka Trojans. The Pine River-Backus Tigers, another 20-win season for head coach Josh Hershey and this great program. They are 8-1 against opponents in 5A. They're coming off a win on Thursday last week where they took a 3-0 victory over Uppsala. When you include the Bertha Hewitt tournament in which the Tigers went 5-0, the Tigers are entering at play tonight with a 9-game winning streak.
Whew. I mean, wow. That you talk about momentum, how that can affect a game and how you come into it. I mean, that's momentum right there, almost hitting double digits. I mean, let's see if they can get it done tonight, but don't sleep on Sebeka. The biggest issue for teams like this that are so momentum filled, that are having a really strong season, is just really sticking it one game at a time. I know this happens in a lot of pro sports, but you know, you kind of get a big ego when you start winning a little bit, and you can let it slip a little bit. So let's see if Sebeka can possibly take advantage of if and when Pine River-Backus has that happen to them tonight.
You don't know Coach Josh Hershey of the Tigers very well, do you?
I don't.
No, PRB always prides themselves on being the hardest working team. But again, no, you're not wrong by any means. But we know that the Tigers usually don't let those slide. But there is a first time for everything. So when you look at the history between these two teams, pretty good rivalry, rivals on the volleyball court, rivals they play basketball, they play softball, even though it's non-conference, they're close enough that they see each other in a number of sports. Last year, Pine River-Backus scored a sweep, 3-0. It was their 5th straight win over the Trojans in this series. The last Sebeka win came in October of 2016. Of course, the other key component here, Parker, and we'll address this with both coaches. Actually, we got to get to our coaches here real quick, so we better take a break. When we come back, we'll hear from the coaches, but we'll get something from those interviews to get in for the broadcast tonight. First up will be head coach Becca Pulyu of the Sebeka Trojans, and then we'll chat with Josh Hershey of the Pine River-Backus Tigers. More coming right up here on the Station 371 pregame show. And back with you on our Station 371 pregame show as here on yourliveevent.com. We're now chatting with Becca Pulyu, head coach for the Sebeka Trojans. Coach, great to see you again. I got to see you in a match over in Pillager not too long ago. Now here in Pine River for a section matchup. Always appreciate some time chatting with you, Coach.
Thanks. Good to see you.
Coming in for tonight, 8-11, and it's just like in a flash. We're in the back end of the season with just a couple weeks to go. Tell us, Coach, what are the biggest things you are working on with this Trojan team to try to get them ready for the 5A playoffs?
Yeah, I was looking at our record today, too, and we're 8-11, and I feel like this weekend we played some really, really good volleyball against some really good teams at the Perham tournament, and so we didn't win some of those matches, but we got better over the weekend. So our record, I feel like, doesn't really reflect the team that we're at, but we're focusing now on maintaining a lead. Like, we had lots of leads this weekend, and we kind of just pooped the bed a little bit when times we didn't need to poop the bed. And so we're working on eliminating the runs for the other team and just kind of having a little bit more mental toughness to stop that.
Obviously a tough challenge tonight with Pine River-Backus, one of the top teams in the section, certainly a team that wants to contend for the section title. You and Sebeka and Pine River-Backus, they go way back. What are some of the things that stand out from what you know about this year's Tigers squad on the other side?
They're really balanced. We saw them this summer, and I've been following them this year. They control the ball well. They have a good tempo. And when they're in system, they're tough, and they're scrappy, and you're going to stay with them. So we have to get them out of system, and we need to stay in system.
With your team, and especially when you talk about playing well over the weekend, is that one of the things that your team has done a better job of recently?
Yes, we're working on not sending free balls to the team, like being offensive whenever we can, even out of system.
With it coming down to these last couple of weeks, there's always that good. There's those things that you're working on, Coach. What could a win tonight, even if it ends up being just a set win, what does that do for this Trojans team?
I think this year we've been battling a little bit. We lost our setter and middle blocker before the season started with a knee injury, and we've just sort of always – there's kind of a little cloud over us, like we knew what we could have been. And so I think our girls, if they can compete well tonight with Pine River, again, I'm happy with taking a set and just playing tough. I think that we'll finally forget about what could have been. And, like, this still, like, the realization is that we have talent and skill. And if we put it all together, we could make a run here come playoffs.
We'll wrap up on this. I know as we're preparing and in our preparations, you had mentioned your senior libero is very close to going over 1,000 digs at that spot, something that she could get tonight. What does it mean to you and what is it like for you as a coach when you get some of these ladies coming up and making those milestones?
It's always cool to recognize milestones, and I was just looking at the plaque at school. We have magnets. You see who made it, and the ref just asked me, how many kids in your program have had 1,000 digs? And we've had quite a few. We've always been a pretty solid defensive team. And Anna Vargo has only been a libero for 2 years. She had a little bit of time her sophomore year during that COVID season, so it was a little bit. She only had like 70-some digs. So last year she had 617, I think it was. And so to see how much she's grown as a player and just a leader on our defensive end of things has been fun. So I'm excited to see her reach that milestone tonight.
We'll see if that happens. Obviously, we'll see if what the Trojans can do against this Tiger squad here in Pine River. Coach, appreciate the time. Good luck to you and the Trojans.
Thank you.
That's Becca Pulyu, head coach for Sebeka, joining us here on the Station 371 pregame show. More right after this on yourliveevent.com. And we're back with you on the Station 371 pregame show. As chatting with us now, Josh Hershey, head coach for the Pine River-Backus Tigers. Another 20-win season, game number 24 here tonight. Coach, excited to be back on the home floor with you and the ladies with Sebeka in town.
Hey, yeah, thanks for being here. We're excited to get playing too, for sure.
You know, I got to start, of course, with this. We're in that last couple weeks of the regular season. We talk with you all year long about, and with a lot of coaches, you're gearing for the playoff run. You're always gearing to be trying at your best, and coaches continually tweak on things. Where do you think this Tiger team is right now of where you want them to be?
We got work to do yet, that's for sure. But I'm always thinking that way. But they know it. They know it at practice. But they're good about trying to bust their rear ends and getting there. But we've been working on some things pretty hard, offensively. So hopefully in a few weeks it'll show. And we've been even tinkering with the lineup a little bit. They know at this point anything's possible in terms of personnel. And so that's kind of where we're at. We're still pushing forward, hopefully getting better.
What are the things that are standing out to you as the positives of what this team has been able to do?
Well, I think for the most part, we've served better in recent weeks. We've stayed pretty aggressive. I feel like we're getting better at making shots all over the floor, which will help our offense. Hopefully we're spreading the ball out a little bit better. That's one of our goals tonight. Make sure we're reasonably balanced, and so those are probably the strengths. We always hope serve receive. I mean, we practice that the most in our program.
Coming into tonight, you have Sebeka in town, and I know there's a great history between these two teams. And Coach Pouliot, they've had a great program for many years. They're coming down a little bit lighter record-wise. What do you know? Have you seen the Trojans? Do you have a scouting report on them?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen them a little bit. Coach always has a good team. They always play us tough, so it'll be interesting. I know the last time we saw them play at all was in a tournament, and they were very competitive. They lost a couple 2-1 matches, but they were against really good teams, and so, we expect a competitive night tonight.
One thing is you haven't had a lot of home cooking in this 2022 season. We were talking beforehand about how many miles you put on and how few matches you've had at home. Are you trying to at least bask in a little bit of the luxury of three home games here, kind of to wrap up the season after you go to Northam Kellier?
Yeah, we'll see. We don't know what that's like. I mean, I don't think we've had 3 here so far all year, so we're going to double how many we've had at home, and so yeah, that'll be different. It'll be interesting. Hopefully, we manage our our time and the schedule of that well. It's a little bit different, but yeah, and we're definitely looking forward to playing here again.
Another section matchup here is, again, you're always gearing towards the playoffs, which are right around the corner. But Sebeka here in town tonight, Coach, so we wish you the best of luck, and we'll talk to you after the match.
Sounds good. Thanks a lot, Devin.
Josh Hershey, head coach for the Pine River-Backus Tigers, as we'll take another break. More on the Station 371 pregame show right after this for PRB Volleyball on YourLiveEvent.com. And we are back as we are just about to wrap up our Station 371 pregame show. Restock on food, fuel, and bait at Station 371, your local Scenic station carrying quality gasoline and the only fuel station with kerosene and #1 diesel. Don't forget, get those hunting and fishing licenses at Station 371, right on Highway 371 in Pine River. Parker, I know we're going to have the national anthem here, but I thought, this is that time again, 2 weeks now before the playoffs are here at our doorstep. It's all about getting crisp.
Absolutely. I mean, these games are, at least for teams like Pine River-Backus, it's the final stretch. Keep that momentum building straight into the tournament.
So we're going to have this, the announcement, of course, the national anthem. Then we'll get the starting lineups and our opening serve here with, we, of course, thank all of our great sponsors for helping us bring you tonight's action on YourLiveEvent.com. And we're just listening in for the announcements. And they are going to have the national anthem here, so we will have the national anthem. And there we go, as we're getting set for our volleyball action here tonight. Sebeka 8-11, Pine River-Backus 20-3, heading into tonight's matchup. Again, a Section 5A game. First for the visiting Sebeka Trojans as we go through our starting lineups. For head coach Becca Pulyu, they will go with a sophomore outside hitter, 5'8", Annika Pulyu, a 5'10" senior outside hitter, Avery Heyman, a 5'10" senior middle blocker, Macy Lake, a 6'1" senior right side hitter, Juliana Lilquist, a 5'5" sophomore outside hitter, Samantha Stevens, 6' sophomore right side hitter, Miranda Lilquist, and the libero for the Trojans, again, just 10 digs away from 1,000 in her career, senior Anna Vargo. And for the Trojans, it's Pulyu, Heyman, Lake, Juliana Lilquist, Stevens, and Miranda Lilquist with the libero Vargo. For the Pine River-Backus Tigers, 20-3 for head coach Josh Hershey. They'll start a senior in Hannah Barkus, sophomore Cassidy Bristow, junior Brianna Hannigan, junior Avery Sawyer, junior Alora Dahl, setter who went over 1,000 set assists on the season, and sophomore Caitlin Riley. The libero will be Kate Travis. She is a senior. Again, for the Tigers, it's Barkus, Bristow, Hannigan, Sawyer, Dahl, Alora Dahl, Riley, and the libero Travis. Again, thanks for everyone being here with us on yourliveevent.com. Don't forget, following the action, we will have our post-game awards with the Enbridge I Bring the Energy Player of the Game and the Pine River Family Market Star of the Game. Sebeka in the away purple jerseys with the black shorts, white numbers, and the white S on the chest with the gold trim. Pine River-Backus in the black jerseys, black shorts, orange numbers, white letters, and the opposite trim. Parker, I see there's a couple of wannabe broadcasters in the corner. I'm a little dismayed that their sign on the front of the table doesn't say yourliveevent.com. I think we're going to have to talk to those young men later on tonight.
I mean, you can't blame them. I mean, no shade at Your Live Event, but maybe ESPN is a little bigger than Your Live Event.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Maybe.
Just by a little bit, but I really like what these guys are doing. You know, I respect it, and honestly, if I had that opportunity at Pequot before this internship, I probably would have been doing the same thing. I'm going to be completely honest.
Well, I'm just saying, maybe we'll have to talk to them and see if they want to join our crew.
Maybe.
Because you just never know if they want to play the part. We can make that happen. Check in the lineups. So following tonight, we talked about this final stretch for Pine River-Backus. Thursday, they're on the road at Northam Kellier. They'll get to end the regular season with back-to-back home matches. Monday, the makeup game with Clearbrook-Gonvick, and then Tuesday against Barnesville. That Clearbrook-Gonvick match set for a 6:10 pregame show, 6:30 start right here on yourliveevent.com. Again, this match originally scheduled for about a 7:30 start, so we're a good 25 minutes early. Sebeka will get the first serve. For Sebeka, they are at home against Norman County East Ulen Hitterdal Thursday. And then they'll play Tuesday next week, and they're in a tournament on Thursday of Education Minnesota weekend. Annika Pulyu will start the serving and sends a sharp liner to the back row to Riley. Great pass as Laura Dahl sets left side. Barkus dug out in the back row by Pulyu, and Pulyu will send it too deep. Pine River-Backus will start tonight with the opening score. Quick substitution in for PRB as Megan Irish will step in front for Caitlin Riley. Back to serve Alora Dahl for Pine River-Backus. Good jump serve to Vargo. Here's the set. Left side, it's tapped across. Tigers have a good opportunity here, and it was almost double hit, and it's going to be out. Hannah Barkus and Alora Dahl. Dahl originally hit it and then just about went to bump it again. That would have been a double hit. Sebeka ends up with the point regardless. Tied up at 1 apiece. Oh, actually, they're going to say that one went in. Excuse me. It's 2-0.
On the line, I believe.
Well, there you go. Here's another serve from Alora Dahl. There's a nice sliding dig. Kate Travis in the back row. Pushed on the left side by Sawyer. Sebeka comes to the near side, and one of the very tall Lilquist sisters, that one is Miranda. She will get the kill. Assisted by Macy Lake. It's 2-1 Pine River-Backus. Trojans will send in Kyla Watson into the front row. And Macy Lake is back to serve. Just underway here tonight as that one just skips over the net. Dahl in the middle. Barkus, that one dug out nicely by Pouliou. Here's the back set to Miranda Lilquist, and she finds an empty spot in the back row. Back-to-back points for Sebeka, and we are tied. I've got it correct now. We're at 2 apiece. Macy Lake back to serve, and this one into the net. Parker, were you in the shot?
I was in the shot. My apologies.
Here's the serve from Kate Travis. Pine River-Backus with a 3-2 lead. Here's the send across. Alora Dahl backpedaling, goes right side to Irish, and that one is zipped past the back line. Hitting error on the Tigers, and we're knotted up at 3. I think one of the biggest things when we talk about teams trying to be crisp for the playoffs is, can you have minimal hitting errors, minimal self-inflicted wounds. Alora Dahl, right side, Barkus with the shot. That one's down and good. And a 4-3 Pine River-Backus lead. Barkus back to serve, standing on the right side. In our opening set, sends it far sideline. Nice serve. Vargo with the bump set, and that's Juliana Lilquist sending it over. Dahl comes left side. It's tapped by Hannigan, and that one is in. Ahead of a sliding Vargo who tried the pancake attempt. 5-3 Pine River-Backus.
Nice accuracy to just tap it in there.
Barkus to serve it up again. Standing on that right side, sends it to the near side this time. Macy Lake, right side attack. That one blocked and popped up at the net by Bristow. And then Hannigan will bump it across. Sebeka, they'll set middle for Watson, and that one is down and good. Kyla Watson with the kill. And we're off to a good start. Good competitive match to begin. Sebeka always known for being a very scrappy defensive team. Able to pick up a lot of shots. Daphne Rafke in as a sub. She'll be back to serve. Irish with the pass. Dahl goes left side. Here's a high shot from Bristow. Nice dig by Vargo. And it's going to be bumped across by Juliana Lilquist. Dahl will go middle. Bristow again off the top of the net. Vargo's there again. Inching closer to that 1,000 digs mark. Here's Dahl to the left side. Hannigan, this one into the net. And we're tied up at 5. I was told they will stop the match to, honor Vargo if, or I should say probably when she reaches that 1,000 dig mark. Here's a shot, and that one perfectly shot down the middle of the defense. Brianna Hannigan puts the Tigers right back in front, 6-5. Caitlin Riley into the back row for the PRB Tigers. Coach Hershey said he was hoping the offense would be a little bit more balanced. So far, a couple of ladies have kills. Tough serve from Riley. Here's Pouliou. She'll push it over. Kate Travis diving in. Here's a set in the middle as Barkus was setting up Bristow, but she puts it too long. And we're tied up at 6. Kyla Watson to serve for Pine River-Backus. Sends a sharp one. Travis pops straight in the air. Riley back to Travis. Sebeka with a chance to grab the lead here. In the middle, Macy Lake shot off of Travis. Up through the rafters. Riley stays with it. And Barkus will send it over the net. Here's the quick set. Left side, that's going to be a double hit. Daphne Rafke comes in as the setter. Sebeka runs a 5-2 or 6-2 make that. And Pine River-Backus with a little bit of a break there.
Yeah, I mean, you talked about a scrappy team for Sebeka. These are two teams very much on different sides of success, showing a lot of effort that's almost unusual for these type of teams, with record-wise at least.
Hannigan serves. Macy Lake tips it over. Riley is there. Barkus in the middle, and it's one-handed by Bristow, and then shot over across by the Trojans. Here's the back set. Shot on the far side. That one good as Alora Dahl turned into a hitter. A little roll reversal as Barkus gets the set assist. Alora Dahl connects on the kill. It's 8-6. Pine River-Backus in front here, game number 1. Brianna Hannigan, short serve, and that'll be an ace. 3 straight for Pine River-Backus. And Hannigan, this one just trickles over the net for an ace, and there was absolutely nothing Sebeka was going to do about that one.
Yeah, I can't blame number 10 for turning around and looking for the ball somewhere else. That looked absolutely like it was just going to plainly clear.
Another tough serve for Hannigan. This one clean and over. Macy Lake, far side, and she missed the lines. That's 5 straight. And Coach Becca Pouliou is going to take a timeout. She had mentioned in her pregame interview not to allow the runs and stopping the runs. Tigers are on one right now. It is 11-6 Pine River-Backus. Timeout on the floor. We're back with more right after this. This is Tigers Volleyball on YourLiveEvent.com. Back with you live here, student section, pajama night. As the Tigers looking to keep on a roll and win their 10th in a row. Brianna Hannigan on a roll right now from the service line, 4 for 4 with an ace, sends one deep near side. That one missed the line. Successful timeout perhaps for Sebeka as there's a service error.
Or the announcer jinx. Don't want to.
Maybe.
I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but maybe it was a small case of that.
I don't know about that one. Here's Anna Vargo with the serve for Sebeka. Here's a right side attack. Bristow, nice easy dig in the back row by Rathke. To the near side, Miranda Lilquist sends it over. Dahl to the left side, Sawyer, as Sebeka wanted a double hit, and they're not going to take the call on that one. I think Coach Pouliou might have had an argument on that one, but no whistle as Sawyer will collect the kill, her first tonight. Allura Dahl with the assist. 12-7. Pine River-Backus up. Here's Cassie Bristow at the serve. Lake on the left side, and that one sent right over the blockers, and 6'1" helps when you're Miranda Lilquist.
that definitely helps when you're up by the net.
Tough to get a blocker up there as coming in for Sebeka, Avery Heyman. Back into the front row. Serving Annika Pouliou, a new rotation. She'll send a good liner across to Riley. Here's left side, Hannah Barkas. Nice dig by Pouliou. Left side, Heyman blocked at the net. Heyman picks it up. Sebeka back on the charge, and this time a mistimed jump by Heyman puts it into the net. 13-8 Pine River-Backus here in set number 1. Megan Irish returns to the front row. For Pine River-Backus, Allura Dahl back to serve. Dahl on the right side with a tough jump serve to the near sideline. Here's Miranda Lilquist over the blockers. Allura sprawls out to collect that dig, and Barkas bumps it over back across the net. Sebeka hustles, and Pouliou sends it deep. Dahl to the right side. Irish with a tap, blocked there by Heyman. Irish now sets up Barkas. She'll send it over. Sebeka with a shot here. Right side, Miranda Lilquist off the tip and good. 4 kills for Miranda Lilquist, the 6-foot sophomore. 13-9. Watson back into the front row for the Trojans. Macy Lake back to serve. Macy, sharp liner to Barkas. Nice pass. Dahl back to Barkas in the middle. Winds up and fires. Hannigan into the front row. Kate Travis back to serve. Sends it midcourt. Shot across by Heyman. Sebeka was out of system. Left side, here's a shot. That one down on the left side from Brianna Hannigan. Good slide into the wall by Pouliou. And Annika Pouliou sliding, and she gets up half cringing and half laughing. Thankfully, that's a good sign. That means she's okay. Coach's daughter, and She went all out after that one. Give her super props for that. Here's Macy Lake to Heyman on the left side. Pops it over and good. Good job by Pouliou's teammates picking her up after she went sliding into the wall.
Shows the chemistry there a little bit.
Miranda Lilquist with a tough serve. Tigers go left side to Hannigan. She'll tip, but none of the Trojans get there. That's one of those that can drive a coach a little bit crazy, is about 3 girls all stopped, and the ball just fell harmlessly to the floor. 16-10 Tigers up here in set 1. Hannah Barkas serves. Vargo with the pass. Left side, Juliana Lilquist tipped at the net. Megan Irish will set. This is going to be right at the net, popped up by Bristow. Lake back sets, right side, and that one is out. And Sebeka calling for the touch. They're going to say no. That one shot by Juliana Lilquist, and somehow that ball missed Megan Irish.
2 calls where Sebeka has a decent argument for both of them, but they both go Pine River's way. I mean, I'm not a referee, but I mean, Sebeka, good on Sebeka for shaking it off and going right back to it.
17-10, Barkas to serve it up. Sends it near side to Heyman. Lake back to Heyman, right side, nice shot. That one's down and good. Avery Heyman. 17-11, Pine River-Backus. Rathke returns. And she'll head back to serve for Sebeka. High floater to midcourt. Dahl goes middle. Shot tipped off the block and good. Brianna Hannigan collects her 3rd kill. We heard about Pine River-Backus again. Josh Hershey in the balance. 4 different players with a kill, and we're seeing them set the ball to a lot of different ladies.
Yeah, they're spreading the ball out a lot so far of this match.
18-11, Caitlin Riley back in to serve. Riley just right of center. Tough line serve to Pouliou. Here's Rathke back to Pouliou, and that one down and good. Good swing by Annika Pouliou on that far side. 18-12. And here's Watson to serve. Sharp liner. Dahl to the left side. Bristow. That one blocked at the net. They're going to say no touch. It was simply down. Hit the net. Hitting error. Back-to-back points for Sebeka. And like you said, Parker, Sebeka, they're a team. They won't go away. They will scrap. They will fight. 18-13 right now, PRB. And Watson serving again. Sends one deep to Riley. The back set. And a shot. That one is reached up and touched by Rathke. A little indecision is on the right side. Cassidy Bristow collected the kill. 19-13, Hannigan to serve. Hannigan sends one deep to the near side. And here's a shot over by Pouliou. Here's Barkas setting left side and a shot. One-handed by Watson back to the Tigers. Barkas to the middle. That one is tipped. Vargo dives in for the dig. And Pouliou sends it over. Dahl to the left side. And a shot by Sawyer. And that one is just past the back line. This time the Tigers want the touch. Officials say no. 19-14. So that's one that the Tigers thought should have went their way. It all evens out at the end, right?
Yeah, right.
Anna Vargo serving right side. Short serve, tough serve. Good play by Barkas. Sawyer has to send it over. Here's a pass by Vargo to the middle. Macy Lake near side. Sawyer pops it up again. Bristow to Sawyer on the left side. That one through the block, and Lake tips it back over. Barkas to the right side. Dahl off the tip, down and good. (20-14) as the Tigers reach that 20-point plateau first here in the opening game. And Cassidy Bristow with an ace, just flat out misplayed by Annika Pouliou, and it's a timeout. Sebeka. Sebeka has taken both of their timeouts now here in our opening set. Pine River-Backus with the lead. Football score, 21-14. Timeout on the floor. We're back with more right after this on YourLiveEvent.com. 21-14 opening set. River-Backus, we were tied at 6. We had 4 ties right off the bat in this match, tied at 2, 3, 5, and 6. River-Backus shot off 5 points in a row, and Sebeka's battled, but PRB's basically been able to maintain that distance as Bristol serves after the ace. Here's a shot by Miranda Loquist, dug out by Riley in the back row, and it's back to the Trojans. Rathke to the near side to Miranda Loquist. That one saved by Sawyer and Travis and bumped back again. Here's the quick set in the middle. Macy Lake near side, and it's out. Good job by Kate Travis. Recognized it, pulled the hands back, and a 22-14 PRB lead. That's good court awareness by the senior libero. And Bristol serving again. Sent it deep. Lake to the near side. Pouliou has to just pop it over. Alora Dahl back sets. Hannah Barkus with the tip. It's there for Vargo. Here's Lake, and Pouliou has to just get this inside the antenna, which she does. Dahl to the left side. Sawyer with the tip. This one played by Rathke. Bumped up by the Trojans by Stevens, and then here come the Tigers again. Here's Barkus, and that set from Dahl sent Hannah Barkus right near the platform. Big side out, I think, for Sebeka as Heyman comes back into the front row, 22-15. Sebeka has not had much for a run, only twice they've scored back-to-back points. Pouliou with a tough serve. River-Backus with the shot, and there's Hannah Barkus again. PRB just not letting Sebeka really even sniff a run in this one.
Yeah, not really letting Sebeka get their footing.
22-15, Alora Dahl to serve. Dahl with the jump serve, Vargo with the pass. The set, left side, Heyman, that's a good shot by Sebeka. Avery Heyman right down the line. And Sebeka's earned plenty of points here. I mean, they've got 10 kills with Macy Lake garnering all 10 assists so far. Lake is back to serve. Sends one mid-court to Bristow. Free ball at the net, tapped by Watson, but good awareness. Alora Dahl was ready for it. Here comes Watson, setting near side. Miranda Loquist, down and good. 6th kill for the sophomore Miranda Loquist. Back-to-back points for Sebeka make it 23-17. Sebeka has yet to score 3 straight in this opening set. Macy Lake trying to put together a little late spurt. Sends one deep, and that's going to be an ace. That's one way to do it. Ace serve, Macy Lake. First ace for Sebeka here in the opening set, 23-18.
Did you see the incredible dive number 7 took? I mean, almost bashed her head into the back door.
Don't let anyone tell you that these games don't mean anything to these ladies, that's for sure. There's a double hit violation, and that is 4 in a row for Sebeka. That will force head coach Josh Hershey to take a timeout. Another break in the action here. Opening set, high school volleyball. River-Backus 23, Sebeka 19 on yourliveevent.com. .331. 23-19. Great hustle by both of these clubs. Macy Lake set to serve out of the Tigers timeout, and another ace. Back-to-back passes, or almost back-to-back passes. And that is 5 in a row for the Sebeka Trojans. The lead is 3. Here's Barkus in the middle, and that will be good on the line, and that was a mega point for the PRB Tigers, as that will get them set point after a 5-0 Trojan run.
Close one already, Devin.
Kate Travis serving. Hard liner to Watson at the net. Macy Lake taps it over, but she made contact with the net in doing so, and that will give the Tigers the set one win. Not much Lake could really do. That was a really tough pass to handle, and unfortunately for the Trojans, that mistake gives the Tigers the 1-0 lead in the match. After one here in Pine River, Tigers 1, Trojans 0, 25-20, the set one win for the home squad on yourliveevent.com. Devin Kruger, Parker Schott back with you. Good opening set, Parker. Again, Sebeka, they're scrappy. They're a good, solid club. It was close early on. Pine River-Backus had a little bit of a cushion. Their biggest lead was 8 at 22-14, but Sebeka did a nice job to make it interesting towards the end there.
Yeah, I mean, we've learned what putting a scrappy team against a team that takes keeping yourself sharp for the tournament, literally, what that match would turn into in terms of numbers and the type of visuals that we've seen so far. I mean, usually teams, the way they take the term stay sharp for a tournament is, don't get too laid back, keep your head in the game, but nothing too major. Pine River-Backus is putting their bodies on the line for some of these outs. I mean, the one I just talked about where one player almost literally ran out of the gym. We've had people running towards each side of the court on both sides. It's been an incredible, effort-filled fight so far.
It really makes the game fun, and you see just how much those points mean on the floor, especially when you got two solid clubs like these two that are out there. So 25-20, the Tigers of Pine River-Backus get the Game 1 win. They're going to toss the ball back to Cassidy Bristow. She's going to start the serving here in set number 2. We're underway. She goes near side to Pouliou. Lake goes to Heyman on the left side. Off the tip, that one down and good, and Sebeka will take the early 1-0 lead. Here in set number 2, Macy Lake had 10 assists in the opening set, also had 2 aces. She serves. Pine River-Backus plays it. Hannah Barkas blocked at the net. Right back for the Tigers. Here's Sawyer. She'll tip it. Heyman, nice diving dig. Vargo to Pouliou. She'll push it over. Dahl back sets it. Barkas down the back and a little too long. Barkas is saying one of the Trojans touched the net. Officials don't have the call, and it's 2-0 Sebeka. Macy Lake serves short. Travis, Dahl backpedaling, Sawyer in the middle, and that one tipped up by Lake, but it's down and good. Sawyer gets her second kill tonight. Pine River-Backus on the board, 2-1. Tigers 20-3 coming into this match tonight. Sebeka 8-11. Megan Irish back into the front row for PRB. Alora Dahl to serve. 4 for 4 in the opener. Jump serve to Watson. Heyman will have to bump it, and Miranda Loquist slaps it across. Dahl, quick sets. Barkus tapped at the middle and down and good. Two-two, quickly tied up by the Tigers. Dahl sends a floater to Vargo. Pass right at the net. Lake back sets it. Miranda Loquist tipped at the net. Sawyer did a nice job to get up and get a piece of that. Here's Irish with a tap on the other side, and it's down and good. First kill tonight for Megan Irish. 3 straight for the Tigers. They're in front 3-2. And Dahl serving it again. On the right side, sends it deep to Vargo. Pass offline. Sebeka not in system. Miranda Loquist trying to change it and gets a little fortune with a spinner off the net.
I mean, if there's no other Pine River-Backus player to bounce it off of, I mean, why not use the net as an extra player?
Sometimes that works. And I've seen the ball spin all the way out of bounds too. And there's Miranda Loquist. Her serve out of bounds. So right after a Sebeka momentum point, they give a freebie back to the Tigers. 4-3 PRB, set 2. Kate Travis to serve, 3 for 3 in the opener near side, and that one well off the line. Repaid the favor.
I guess so.
Rathke back in for the Trojans. Rathke standing on the left side, left-hander serves it over to Barkus. Here's the set, left side, tipped by Hannigan. Nice play by Watson, and then shot back across quickly by Pouliou, and now we're going to get a double hit on Barkus. Sebeka regains the advantage. 5-4 we have for the first time. The Tigers bring in senior Debrin Popkus. Popkus will head into the front row as Rathke sends it across. Short serve off the net, diving into Barkus. And it's sent right back over. That might be a break for the Tigers as well. They'll give it back. Sebeka with a 6-4 lead as some miscues from the Tiger side of the net.
I could tell on that immediate pushback, the player came back to the huddle after that point with a little bit of a stinge on her face. She knew what she had done.
And now here's going to be an ace. Trouble off the serve. And an ace for Daphne Rathke. And Sebeka here in set number 2. 4 straight points. They have a 7-4 lead.
Catching fire a little bit.
Rathke keeping it moving quickly. Hard serve on the far side. She's been mixing it up. And Travis has to bump it over. Tigers out of system. Trojans trying to take advantage. And there's a one off of Dahl, but all the way over and out. Juliana Loquist will get her first kill. And an 8-4 lead for Sebeka. Coach Pouliou said they had to try to keep the Tigers out of system. This time a midcourt serve. The set right side, Barkus, and when the Tigers need a point, they're going to go to the senior Barkus. She delivers with her 6th kill tonight. Snaps a string of 5 straight Trojans points. It's 8-5, Sebeka set 2. Tigers lead the match 1-0. Barkus serving as she heads to the back row. Rathke, Pouliou, and she'll put it in the net. Student section fired up tonight. Barkus, hard liner to Pouliou again. The back set, Lake from the back row, near side, 2 wide, and that's 3 straight. The answer for Pine River-Backus. It's 8-7 Sebeka here in game 2. Officials moving the serves quickly. The back set, right side, Watson, dig by Alora Dahl. Barkus with the bump, and Popkus will send it lightly over the net. Here's the bump, and Sebeka with the passes offline have to simply send her over again. In the middle, Bristow off the block, down and good. Bristow's 2nd kill tonight, and just like that, 4 straight for Pine River-Backus. We're tied up again.
These teams are fighting tooth and nail.
Barkus, right side server, line drive to Lake. Nice high pass. She gets the set from the back row. Got the empty corner. Very well placed shot by Macy Lake, assisted by Rathke.
Wow. Talk about accuracy. I mean, that was right in that back right corner.
Watson to serve for Sebeka. Sends a sharp liner to Travis on the near side. Here's the set. Bristow tipped at the net. Vargo is there. Here's the high set. Pouliot, and that one going to be well past the back line. Set 2 has plenty of kills, but there's a little bit of a different feeling. It seems like more of the points are being given away than earned.
Yeah, definitely on some of these aces and everything like that, it feels just like that.
Popkus into the net. Free point for Sebeka. 10-9 Sebeka. Stevens will come in for Watson. Miranda Loquist into the front row for the Trojans. Hannigan in for the Tigers as Vargo sends it across. Dahl backsets. Hannigan with the tip, spinning over the net. Nicely played by Macy Lake. And Vargo sends it deep to Riley. Here's the set in the middle. Shot off the net, and Bristow will get the kill. Sebeka in the net. Fifth tie here in set number 2. Tigers won the first one 25-20. Brianna Hannigan to serve, 5 for 6 with a pair of aces for the junior in the first set. Sebeka out of system, sends it across on the third hit. Here's a shot, Bristow, and that one is out. 11-10 Sebeka. Heyman will come into the front row. And back to serve Annika Pouliot. Pouliot just right of center. Line drive to Riley. Alora Dahl backpedaling. Sets it high, and there's Bristow, and she lobs it just over the blockers. Bristow, who had just 1 kill in the first set, 3 here in the second. 11-11. And Bristow to serve. Sends it into the net. Coach Josh Hershey said he had been kind of pretty happy recently with the serving of being aggressive. Sometimes, though, that aggressiveness can backfire a little bit. That's the third error this set. Macy Lake sends a sharp one near side. Dahl to Barkas, left side tip, dug out by Pouliot. Lake and Heyman from just beyond the 10-foot line. Alora Dahl backpedals, Barkas with the tip right there, Miranda Lilquist. She'll get the set from Pouliot, and she tips it short into the net. She tried to catch the Tigers a little too far back, but she didn't get enough on it. Megan Irish into the front row. Caitlin Riley out. 12-12, tied for the 7th time here in set 2. And Alora Dahl to serve. Sends the jump serve over to Watson. Macy Lake, right side, Miranda Lilquist. Dahl, bump set by Barkas. Irish, right side, off the block, back to the Tigers. Barkas to Irish again, blocked again by Watson. Tigers will set up middle for Barkas. This one sliding in Pouliot. Vargo sends it back, and Pouliot gets it across the net.
Wow.
Here's Barkas again, off the tip. Lake, Heyman, left side. That one off of Travis. Nice save by Alora Dahl, and Barkas sends it over. Here's the quick set. Right side, Miranda Lilquist, and she pushed it wide. What a point for River-Backus. That was a tremendous rally.
Oh, I mean, in my short time commentating, that's by far the most action-packed and maybe the longest rally that I've ever had the honor of being on the horn for.
That was fun. That was a fun. And those points, the more longer that goes, the bigger the point. Tigers take the lead on that point. Alora Dahl serves. Vargo has to push it over. Here's the back set. Barkas on the right side, off the blocker and good. And see, and you can just tell, you can sense that pendulum swinging over to the Tigers.
You can feel the momentum shift as soon as that point gets awarded to River-Backus.
That's 3 straight for the Tigers. They lead 14-12. Game 2 got an early start tonight. Tigers won the first one 25-20. Deep serve. Good big hustle for Vargo as she dives, and there is another phenomenal play by the Trojans. Here's Avery Sawyer with a tip. Right there is Lake. Watson, that should have been a double hit, not called. Alora Dahl to the middle. Barkas will tip. Heyman is there. They're going to call Watson in the net. So Barkas will get the kill, and when I used the term scrappy for Sebeka, tonight has shown every bit of that and more.
You were not exaggerating in the slightest.
They used the entire gym here, folks. Alora Dahl serves. Macy Lake backsets. Miranda Lilquist. Shot. Nice dig in the back by Alora Dahl. And Barkas will keep it alive. Vargo, the quick set. Watson blocked at the net. And Sebeka again somehow keeps it alive. Alora Dahl punches it over. Tigers lead by 3. Here's Miranda Loquist and another diving dig by Alora Dahl. Kate Travis will steer it across. Vargo, the high set. Heyman with the tip with the left hand. Irish will sip it over. Here's the set. Lake, right side, Miranda Loquist, down and good, and there's a big point back for Sebeka. Boy, there have been some awfully fun rallies here in the last just 3 points. As the Trojans send in for the first time Ellie Ness, sophomore defensive specialist. And they are going to stop as, according to the stats, Anna Vargo, senior libero, has just went over 1,000 digs. They just announced it, and Anna Vargo gets the applause from the crowd as they had it all set. They're going to toss the volleyball over. A senior, Coach Pouliou talked about it in the pregame. She only needed 10 coming in. Only started as a libero her sophomore year, which, by the way, was the COVID year, so that was a shortened season. And in 2 amazing years, she has now eclipsed 1,000 digs. Congratulations to Anna Vargo. Back to the action as Ness in for the first time. Here's Megan Irish, and she puts it into the net. 15-14. Tigers lead. Tigers up 1-0 in the match. And Ness, a tough customer from that service line, just back from a knee injury. She's got the left knee taped. Here's Lake, left side, Heyman, off of Travis and good. And just like that, the momentum back to the Trojans. We are tied for the 8th time this set, 15-all.
Sebeka traveled really light with only about a dozen or more, a bit more fans. They are loud.
Here's another tough serve from Ellie Ness. Here's a tip by Irish. Sebeka can go back in front. Lake to Miranda Loquist, and that one's down and good. 9th kill for Miranda Loquist. 4 straight for Sebeka. 4th lead change here in this second set. Deborah Popkis back in. And Ness with an absolute rifle of a shot. Barkus in the middle. That one's going to go off of Macy Lake. And a point right back to PRB. 16-16. Ness will come out from Miranda Loquist, and then she'll quickly exit stage left for the libero Vargo back in. Back to serve, Kate Travis. Sends a liner. That one off of Pouliou and an ace. The momentum just keeps swinging back and forth. I'm getting dizzy here, Parker.
I was going to say, I might get a bit of whiplash.
But this is also why we love what we're doing here.
Absolutely.
Kate Travis serving again. Deep, out. Another lead change followed by another tie. 10 ties, 5 lead changes here. And a second set that is anything but decided. Daphne Rathke serving. Has an ace in this one. Here's a shot in the middle. Dig by Vargo. That's 1,001 if you're counting. And then set across by Pouliou, but a double hit. 18-17, Pine River-Backus. Hannah Barkus sending it over. Macy Lake with the pass. Rathke. And Pouliou has to just make sure it stays in play. Dahl, the bump set, left side, off the tip, down, good. Brianna Hannigan. 4th kill for Hannigan. Pine River-Backus has scored 4 of the last 5. They lead 19-17. Timeout, Sebeka. This is the first timeout taken in this set. I have a feeling we're going to have a few more. Set number 2 looks like it's going down to the wire. 19-17, Pine River-Backus leading. Tigers up in the match, 1-0. This is high school volleyball on yourliveevent.com. We're back with you just as Hanna-Backus serves, coming out of the Sebeka timeout, and a misplay by Sebeka gives the Tigers a 20-17 lead. Pine River-Backus looking for the big 2-0 lead in the match. Another tough serve, another ace. First ace for Backus, second ace this set, and boy, after that timeout for Sebeka, trouble brewing now as the Tigers lead by 4. Backus sends it to Pouliou, and Pouliou from the 10-foot line shoots it across. Alora Dahl to the middle, Bristow, and that one is in. And Coach Becca Pouliou might have to think of taking her second timeout really quick. 3 straight right out of the gate as the Tigers looking to get into a big groove, and that's an ace. Annika Pouliou with a misplay, and Coach Rebecca Pouliou has to call another quick timeout. So we're going to keep it here this time. We're getting close at Parker. Boy, I tell you what, we talked about those momentum shifts, but now this latest one just has this a completely different feel, as now it feels like Pine River-Backus is in control.
Yeah, I mean, you talked about, I think, even earlier in this game, the effectiveness of sometimes calling a timeout and letting your team kind of catch their breath and refocus and everything like that. And Sebeka coming out of their own timeout lets Pine River-Backus kind of walk all over them until they put the next timeout in. And it's the direct opposite of what you kind of thought. So it's the risk and reward of maybe the timeout accidentally cools your team off.
Took the timeout at 19-17. Now it's 23-17, and Pine River-Backus 2 points away from a big 2-0 lead here on the home floor. Hanna-Backus serving, and of course they're going to continue to go after Pouliou as she shoots it deep to the corner. Alora Dahl, the set left side, it's Hannigan, dig by Vargo. Here's the set from Lake, and Pouliou will just set it across. Sebeka unable to attack. Here's Bristow, and she is tipped at, nope, no touch at the net. That's going to be 4 hits. And the hitting error on Pine River-Backus is what will finally give Sebeka the point. Kyla Watson back to serve. Near side, tough serve. Nicely played by Kate Travis. In the middle, Brianna Hannigan sent it long. So now, of course, if you're Pine River-Backus, you don't want to have any of those mistakes, and you don't want to give Sebeka any more free points if you're trying to close this out.
Yeah, and Sebeka is a team that will absolutely eat you up if you give them any sort of room to operate.
Watson with the serve in the middle. This one off the net, and it lands on the stripe. A bit of luck there off the net for Brianna Hannigan. And the Tigers, they have set point, 24-19. Swanville beat Crosby Ironton in the opening set of their match tonight, 25-18 on Skeeter 101.5. Here's Caitlin Riley serving for the win. Here's Macy Lake, and a dive by Riley in the middle, and that one off the net and out of bounds. 24-20, Sebeka will stay alive for a little bit longer here. Stevens in. Watson out for Sebeka. Vargo back to serve. Set point 24-20. And Vargo to the middle of the back row. Dahl back sets right side. Hannigan dug nicely by Stevens. Lake to Miranda Loquist, spinning off the net, down and good. 10 kills for the sophomore Miranda Loquist. And Sebeka has scored for the last 5. The lead was 23-17. It's now 24-21, another set point. Vargo, mid-court to Travis. Good pass. Dahl, left side. Bristow through the block and good. Pine River-Backus will take the 2-0 lead. Set to 25-21. We'll recap the second. We're on to the third. The Tigers looking for their 10th straight win. They have the chance to do it in a sweep when we come back on YourLiveEvent.com. Devin Kruger, Parker Schott back with you here in Pine River. Getting close to the final games of the regular season. Pine River-Backus with a 2-0 lead. It hasn't been easy for the Tigers though, Parker.
Not at all, and I mean, I saw the fan section for Pine River-Backus kind of hitting the moves, showing off the gritty, and I understand, you know, having a little fun and everything like that, but I've seen many times where showboating blows up right in the fans and the players' faces. I've been in the stands as the opposing team on a comeback, and I can tell you there may not be many Sebeka fans in attendance, but if that ends up blowing up in Pine River-Backus' face, I know exactly how Sebeka is going to feel, and they're going to go home feeling like $1,000.
We'll have to see how this plays out. The second set was a really fun set. 10 ties, 5 lead changes, a couple of amazing rallies, one that each team got a point off of. In the end, though, Pine River-Backus claims the win, 25-21. Serving in set 2, Sebeka was 19 of 20 with an ace. Pine River-Backus was 20 of 24 with 3 aces. Alora Dahl had 14 assists. Hannah Barkas and Cassidy Bristow each had 5 kills for PRB in set number 2. 5 assists for Macy Lake, 4 kills for Miranda Loquist, as Pine River-Backus will have a substitution right off the bat here in set number 3, as Caitlin Riley will come in to the back row. Annika Pulju will serve it for the Sebeka Trojans, and set 3 is underway. Tigers looking for their 6th straight win in the series, and Cassie Bristow dug out by Vargo on a strong attack to the near side. Miranda Lundquist, and Sebeka strikes first.
You know, I was going to say before we got into this potentially final set, that I can only hope that this is close to as exciting as the first set, and that first rally shows me that we might be on track.
Pulju will send it deep to Riley. Left side, it's Sawyer off the tip. Right there's Pulju at the net. Macy Lake will send it over. Good job at the net by both clubs. Bristow off the one-hander off the net. Macy Lake backing down to the floor, keeps it alive. Here's Avery Sawyer off the tip. That one down and good. Avery Sawyer's 3rd of the night. Tied up at 1. And Cassidy Bristow to serve. 5 for 6 with an ace this evening. Here's a set by Lake. Free ball at the net. Tipped over, and Macy Lake touched the net. No doubt about that one. And a 2-1 Pine River-Backus lead. Bristow serving, sharp liner to Vargo. Good high pass. Lake settles under. Here's Heyman, back row, and that one just past the back line. Again, Sebeka initially wanted to say touch. Officials say no, and that one just zipped past the back line. Bristow ready to serve again. Sends one long to the near side to Pulju. Lake to Miranda Loquist. Nice shot down the near sideline by the sophomore Miranda Loquist. She's doing a lot more for Sebeka than the match I saw her at in Pillager. She's coming through. She's coming along nicely on her sophomore campaign. Back to serve, Macy Lake. Got a couple of aces from the first set. This one off the net, 3rd hit. How did Alora Dahl get that over the net? Here's Heyman, back row to Riley. Dahl, and it's shot over by Barkas. Here's Macy Lake, back sets. Miranda Loquist again, off the block, off the antenna. That'll be another kill. Sometimes how you can get the certain angle of the ball to go over the net like Alora Dahl did on that 3rd hit is beyond me. It doesn't, you know, are you going to be a physics major, Parker? Explain that one.
I'm not going to be, so your guess is as good as mine.
Macy Lake served it over. Kate Travis bumps it deep to Vargo. Here's Lake, the set, and there was miscommunication. Watson has to just tip it. Now Alora Dahl just pops it over, and now Macy Lake with a very tough play couldn't bring that one back. Both teams were a little off tilt in that one, but eventually the Tigers get the point. Alora Dahl back to serve. 10 for 10 on the evening. Tough serve. First ace tonight. And stemming from that second set, Annika Pulju, a very solid player, is having trouble with serve receive, and the Tigers, of course, they're well aware of it. Dahl will continue to serve it to her, as any coach would. Miranda Loquist with a good attack. Tigers back the other way. Barkus with a tip. Here's Watson. She'll slap it across on 2. Dahl left side. Sawyer goes cross court. Heyman is ready. Here's Lake back to Heyman. Left side, deep, too deep. 3 straight for Pine River-Backus. They lead 6-3. We are in the third. Tigers up 2-0. Heading back to serve again, Alora Dahl. She's had a strong night. Sends it to Vargo on a good, tough jump serve. Heyman left side, and again sent it long. Coach Becca Pouliou just saying, hey, come on, girls, let's get it together. Not going to take the timeout at this time. Alora Dahl, right side, jump serve, another liner. Vargo, this one up in the rafters. Good job by Pouliou to stick with it, and Vargo sends it over. Tigers will set middle. Megan Irish, and that one hit too long. And here early in the third, other than Miranda Loquist with a few, we're seeing a lot of points off hitting errors.
Yeah, and it's something that, was completely unseen in the first set, and we got a little taste of in the second, but this is definitely an interesting development here.
Ness with another tough serve for Sebeka. Irish off the blockers, nicely played by Heyman. Here's the set, Heyman left side, sends it across. Bristow, the bump, and Barkus will lightly tap it over. Here's Lake with a quick set. Watson blocked by Barkus. What a great dive in the back row by Ness. Here's the back set and a shot by Barkus. That one is good. Ellie Ness with a tremendous diving dig, but the Tigers still end up with a point. 8-4 Pine River-Backus.
Oh, man, she went all out to get that dig.
And coming off that knee injury, the sophomore, I think she looked like she's feeling okay. Kate Travis to serve for PRB. Here's the set from Lake. Left side, Juliana Loquist finds an empty spot. Second kill for Juliana Loquist, the senior Loquist for Sebeka. It's 8-5, Daphne Rathke back to serve, and this one into the net. And a quick point back to the Tigers of PRB. Crowd a little subdued right now. As Hannah Barkus serving, she was 10 for 10 with 2 aces, and that's going to be an ace. That one caught the net and threw off Pouliou. Third ace tonight for Hannah Barkus. Standing on the right side, sends another sharp liner. This time the pass is spot on. Rathke to Lake in the back row. Dig by Travis. The high set from Dahl. Hannigan with the tap, found the spot again. 6 kill for Hannigan, and the Tigers up by 6 here in the third.
Wow, just a really strong streak going for Pine River-Backus.
Looking to take control. Barkus with another tough serve. From the back, it's Lake with the push. Here's a shot across, and that one a beautifully placed shot to the near sideline, Alora Dahl. Tigers have scored 4 in a row. They lead 12-5. Barkus, far side. Here's Rathke to Pouliou, left side off the top. Travis keeps it up. Dahl left side, and the tip this time by Hannigan falls just short. 12-5, or excuse me, 12-6 side out for Sebeka. Kyla Watson, 6 for 6 tonight from the service line, sends one deep to Travis. Dahl to the left side, Bristow over the blockers. Vargo diving, keeps it alive. Pouliou bumps it over on 2. Here's Megan Irish, and that one blocked. That is the first ace block we have had all evening, courtesy of Macy Lake, and that could be a big momentum point for Sebeka.
I'd be looking out if I was on Pine River-Backus. Everybody came back and looked fired up on Sebeka's side.
Watson, the tough serve. Dahl goes middle, Hannigan, and that one too deep. And 3 straight for the visiting Sebeka Trojans. Pine River-Backus leads the match 2-0, 25-20, 25-21. Watson sends it near side. Dahl to the left side, and Bristow blocked at the net. Tigers back to Bristow, sends it across, and she missed it again. That's 4 straight for Sebeka. And again, just when Pine River-Backus, you think, might be starting to look comfortable, 7-point lead, just like that, dash down to 3.
That's momentum.
Watson to serve. Just right of center. Sharp liner to Travis. That one's going to be tough to track down. It won't be. That's an ace. And a timeout. Pine River-Backus. Third set, Sebeka on a run. And the Tigers have to try to tame things down. It is 12-9 PRB. The Tigers lead the match 2-0 on yourliveevent.com. And just as we come back, Macy Lake gets a tip kill during the timeout. Not exactly sure what happened, but their head coach Pouliou and a couple others are tending to Avery Heyman for the Sebeka Trojans. Hopefully she's all right. Watson delivers a tough serve, but this one, her first error, and just as Sebeka again got back in this one, a little free point there given away to Pine River-Backus on the service error, 13-11. As Caitlin Riley sends it across, and it's tipped over. Dahl, the bump set, left side, Hannigan, she tips, right there is Pouliou, and it's sent deep by Rathke. Barkus to Hannigan, off the top of the net, that one off of a diving Watson and good. Barkus collects her third assist of the night. Hannigan with her 7th kill. 14-11. Riley sends it deep. Here's the set. Macy Lake off the top of the net and right back at her. 15-11. Caitlin Riley, mid-court serve again. Pouliou with a nice sliding pass. Macy Lake left side tap, and that one beautifully placed and good. Rathke with the assist, 15-12. Sebeka again hanging in there. PRB led by 7 at one point here in this third set. Vargo with the serve. From the 10-foot line, it's tapped over by Hannigan. Here's the back set, Miranda Loquist, and they're going to get a double hit on Macy Lake. If you're PRB right now, it would be one of those times you would love a 4 to 5 point run to kind of try to put the Trojans away. Won't be any easy task, I don't believe, as Hannigan, tough serve. Sebeka out of system. Pouliou sends it over. Barkus, right side, and a shot by Alora Dahl, picked up by Rathke. Miranda Loquist will bump it across. Dahl will set left side for Sawyer. Off the tip, off the tap at the net, and good. 4th kill for Sawyer tonight. And PRB has bounced back, leading by 5. They've scored 5 of the last 6. And Hannigan serves it over again. Here's Miranda Loquist with a tip. Barkus will set it for Alora Dahl, and she slams one at the left side. There's great hustle by Stevens, and Vargo sends it over but wide. Just about another phenomenal save by the Sebeka Trojans, and Coach Pouliou will take a timeout It is Pine River-Backus 18, Sebeka 12. Third set, PRB looking for the sweep and their 10th straight win here on YourLiveEvent.com. (18-12). Pine River-Backus led by 7 at 12-5. Couple of early ties in this one. Nothing like set 2 where we had 10 ties and 5 lead changes. Pine River-Backus won the first set 25-20, the second set 25-21. Here's Brianna Hannigan, and she serves it in. I heard 2 Sebeka players say out. The entire ball was inside the line. That's a big ace for Brianna Hannigan and makes it 19-12. In favor of PRB. Sends a sharp one over again. Here's the set, Miranda Loquist, and she puts one down over the blockers. Sometimes you just got to think, oh, if I was 6 feet tall.
Life might be a little more fun sometimes.
Into the front row for Sebeka for the first time. They're bringing in freshman Violet Lisney, and there is an ace serve for Sebeka and Hernana Capullo. Her first ace tonight. 19-14, Tigers up set 3, up 2-0. Capullo with a tough serve. This time Riley plays it nicely. Here's Bristow, smacks it off the block and good. 7th kill for Bristow. Had a big second set. She was quiet in the first and third. Tigers offense has been more quiet here in the third. Got a few kills here and there. Now Bristow serving near sideline, and that is somehow again miraculously saved by the Sebeka team. Macy Lake made the play there. Now Hannah Barkus, and that one down and good. 21-14. The Tigers trying to close the door tonight. Bristow, that one, a sharp liner, kept in play by Sebeka, and is pumped over by Lisney. Here's a left side attack, and Sawyer over and tipped back to the Tigers. In the middle, Barkus off the net. Vargo is there. Miranda Loquist to Lisney. She'll tap it over. Diving in was Kate Travis, and it's popped over by the Tigers. Right side, and it's Miranda Loquist off the block and good. 15th kill for the sophomore Miranda Loquist. 21-15, Watson back into the front row for Sebeka. Tigers will come for the first time. They'll bring in Madeline Knapp, a junior. Knapp enters for Bristow, and Macy Lake to serve. Sends it deep to Riley. Dahl, left side, Sawyer off the blocker and good. Megan Irish back into the front row. This Tigers team with just 3 seniors on it. Having another great season. Laura Dahl serves. 22-15 Tigers. Left-handed attack by Lisney, picked up by Travis. Here's Sawyer, and she's going to send that one too long. Juliana Loquist back into the front for Sebeka. Allie Ness checks back in. She's heading to the back row. And Ness, she's been tough at that service line. Tigers have handled it pretty good. Here's a shot off the tip by Megan Irish, down and good. Second kill tonight for Irish. 23-16.
Really, like fighting. I know I said earlier, but they truly are fighting tooth and nail. Even though they're down by a large margin, Sebeka still continuing to really put it all out there.
And Kate Travis with a service error. One thing for Pine River-Backus, too, is I think you're at that point where you're okay trading points now. You're up 6. You have match point potentially coming. you just don't want Sebeka to get that 4 or 5 point run here. Daphne Rathke with a short serve. Tigers, the back set. Barkus off the blocker. Rathke is there. Vargo will bump it. Pouliou right at the net. Can't get a hit on it, and it will be match point. Pine River-Backus.
Really tough pass to try to make a play on right close to the net.
24-17 will get a substitution as Bristow will come back in for Madeline Knapp. And Hannah Barkus serving for the Tigers. Sends it to Pouliou. Rathke from the back row. It's Macy Lake. Dug out by Barkus, and it stays in play. Trojans have it again. Quick set. Watson with the set. Here's the set for Dahl. Left side, Hannigan, and that one is out. It was 25-20, 25-21. Right now, 24-18. Another match point for PRB. Watson, line serve to Travis. Dahl to the middle, Hannigan, and that one off of Watson at the net. Lake, and it's shot across. Irish backpedals. They go left side, Hannigan again, cross court. Vargo sends it near the bleachers. And a good job by Pouliou to bring it back. Tigers trying for it again to close it out. And a shot near side by Bristow, dug out by Rathke. Here's Juliana Loquist. Back row, Barkus is there. The set left side, Hannigan through the block, down, good, game over. A good one here tonight, even though it's a 3-game sweep. Set 3 to Pine River-Backus, 25-18. The Tigers get the sweep. They've won 10 in a row, and they win their 6th straight against the Sebeka Trojans. We'll recap it next with the post-game report here on YourLiveEvent.com. And we welcome you back. Devin Kruger, Parker Schott here with you. A 3-game sweep for Pine River-Backus, 25-20, 25-21, 25-18. Tigers go to 21-3 on the year. Sebeka falls to 8-12. The section matchup. Great fights, great rallies, Parker, but the Tigers eventually win their 10th in a row and their 21st of the year.
You know, halfway through this, I was kind of hoping, I was maybe thinking a little bit. I was like, hey, maybe this is the first match I'm ever on the air for that isn't a 3-game sweep. But I think this might have been some of the most competitive volleyball that I've seen, at least, in said 3-game sweep. I mean, you have a lot of action, a lot of lead changes, ties. Sebeka, I mean, had control of some of these sets. at times. So it's really important for these teams to go back, especially Sebeka, and I know I say this almost every game, but look beyond the box score, look beyond the scoreboard, and truly think about what you've done. Sebeka came in with an under 500 record and really, truly gave Pine River-Backus something to work at.
Yeah, they really did. The second set just got wild. We had some amazing rallies, 10 lead changes, 10 ties, 5 lead changes. You go to that third set, Pine River-Backus took an early lead after Sebeka scored the first point. Pine River-Backus scored the next 3. They led the entire rest of the way, other than being tied at 3. But again, that credit, part of that goes to Sebeka. They never went away. They continued to fight. They kept Pine River-Backus, a little bit nervous, where they had to keep fighting, and they didn't allow the Tigers to just completely put them away in the third.
Yeah, I mean they really stuck with it. It didn't matter the lead that Pine River-Backus had on them. Didn't matter about the play before. I mean, especially the player. I dearly apologize for blanking on the name, but the coach's daughter that Pine River-Backus began targeting, I truly think she handled that challenge really well as feeling kind of honored that an entire team would go out of their way to hone in on you for a certain amount of rallies. But I feel like she handled it really, really well, and this whole Sebeka team handled themselves with some really high motor. They went out there and acted like there was no season to think about. There was no record on the table. It was them and Pine River-Backus on a gym playing some hard competitive volleyball.
Yeah, it was. It was a fun night tonight. We did have a score update. Cook County defeated McGregor in a 3-game sweep. Swanville is up 2-0 on Crosby Ironton on Skeeter 101.5. Those are the only 2 score updates we have. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll go through some final numbers. We'll get our post-game interviews lined up as well with our post-game award winners as the Tigers get the sweep tonight. 25-20, 25-21, 25-18, the win for the Tigers over Sebeka here tonight on YourLiveEvent.com. And we are back with you here. Devin Kruger, Parker Schott with you. There, Sebeka, of course, taking some pictures with senior libero Anna Vargo as she was, eclipsed 1,000 digs in her career. A big congratulations to her on that milestone tonight. Of course, a big congrats to the Tigers for the win. Let's check the numbers as I have them. So they're unofficial, but in terms of serving, I have the Trojans at 93% tonight, 55 of 59 with 3 aces. For the Tigers, 65 of 71, 91%, 9 aces. I think at the end of the day, you can take 9 aces against 6 errors. You just got to make sure that ratio is above 1-to-1. I think if you're a coach in the ace to error ratio. There was only 1 ace block the entire night. That was for Sebeka. Macy Lake ended up with 20 assists and 3 kills, a couple of aces to help lead the Trojans. Miranda Loquist had a strong night at the net with 15 kills, 5 kills for Avery Heyman, and an ace serve for Kyla Watson, and an ace serve for Anna Kapulyu tonight for the Trojans. For the PRB Tigers, 30 assists for Laura Dahl. She also had 3 kills and had an ace serve. She was 15 of 15 from the service line. Hannah Barkas, 12 kills, 3 assists, 19 of 19 serving with 3 aces. Cassie Bristow, 7 kills tonight. She had an ace. Kate Travis had an ace serve. Brianna Hannigan, 8 kills, 11 of 12 serving with 3 aces. We talked about the balance. It was mentioned about which Coach Hershey, that they're trying to get a little bit more balanced offense. Sebeka puts up a good fight, but I think the Tigers also did a nice job of not honing in on one key hitter. They know how important, they know it's going to be crucial to have other players come through come playoff time.
They definitely kept rotating him in and out. I mean, you talked about every substitution as they came in. Pine River-Backus and Sebeka both had their fair share of substitutions. But, yeah, when you talk about staying sharp towards this playoff season than going into these end-of-season tournaments and, maybe fighting for a little bit of seeding, keeping everybody sharp and keeping everybody ready, because you never know what's going to happen. Anybody could go down at any time, and any opportunity could open at any time for any of these players. So very smart move by Pine River-Backus' head coach to all keep them fresh and to keep them ready.
With that, we're going to take another timeout. When we come back, we'll look to get those post-game interviews with coaches and with our post-game award winners as the Tigers get the sweep tonight, a 3-game sweep here at home tonight for the Tigers over Sebeka on yourliveevent.com. And we are back here live at Pine River on yourliveevent.com. Again, big thanks to all of the sponsors. We have our post-game award winners. They are on their way up here. Hopefully we'll get the coaches as well. We kind of had them come on down. And so we are going to first chat. Hi, ladies. So we're gonna first chat. We're gonna jump right into this. We're on the air. We're ready to rock and roll. I'm gonna get that tape off of there so I can turn around. We're going to start with our Enbridge I Bring the Energy player of the game, and for the PRB Tigers, well, is that gonna not work today? Well, that might not work. Our Enbridge I Bring the Energy player of the game is gonna be Hannah Barkus, the senior. I talked to you right away at the start of the season, Hannah. Now we're getting to the back end of the season. You guys have been on the road so much. Is it almost odd having a few home games to end the year?
Yeah, I mean, it feels a little weird, but we're in here every day. We're practicing in here every day. It obviously just feels like home to us.
You knew Sebeka was going to give you a tough test. This has been a really great rivalry for girls sports. What were some of the plans? What were some of the focal points for you guys coming in?
Yeah, they're a pretty good team. They challenge us. They dig a lot of balls. We're talking about getting swings. If we don't have swings, you're hitting shots. Whether you're off, we're thinking about rolls, deep corner, you're on, short middle, just like really looking, telling our teammates where girls aren't.
You also had some plays and some moments where you were turned into setter mode. Is that something that you guys have been working on to mix it up a little bit, or is it just something that in the flow of the game when you're called upon you have to be ready?
Yeah, I mean, we've done it a little bit. It's definitely a little weird, but I'm willing to do whatever for my teammates. So yeah, we're chilling.
With the last couple weeks of the regular season, we obviously know when we talk to Coach Hershey, it's all about getting sharp. It's all about being on your best game for the playoffs. How do you feel as one of the senior leaders? Where do you think this team is, and are you ready for a good run?
Yeah, I think we're ready. I think we're good to go. Even if we aren't, somebody's having a bad day, we just know we got to grind it out. I feel like we're there. We're ready to go.
Excellent. Well, this was a good one. We had some of the longest rallies that I've seen this year. When a team like Sebeka can save some of the balls they're able to, is it almost tough to not get caught in the amazement of how in the world did they get it?
Maybe a little bit. I mean, there's some balls that we think they're down. But, I mean, you always have to pay attention, watch every ball, make sure it hits the floor, just little stuff like that.
Hannah, another great match here tonight. Congrats on another win.
Thank you.
Hannah Barkus, our Enbridge I Bring the Energy player of the game. And now we'll talk with our Pine River Family Market star of the game. Remember, Pine River Family Market is where you can get it all and still enjoy the small town atmosphere. Gallons of milk every Wednesday, just 2 for $6 at Pine River Family Market for curbside delivery, or curbside service or delivery, go to Pine River Family Market Delivers.com. Going to go with another senior here for the Tigers as Brianna Hannigan is joining us. And oh, wait, Brianna's a junior. You're a junior. I was double checking that, and I said it, and I should have known better. So, Brianna, for you, what has this season been like? It's been another really great, successful season, but obviously there are loftier goals for this team.
Yeah, it's definitely a super fun season. I love our seniors and our teammates, and we just we mend really well. We complete together. We're always in the gym together, so we have a really strong family bond.
Coach Hershey talked to me in the pregame about how there's more balance to the team now, and I think when you work through a season, for a playoff run, you have to have good balance. What's your mindset going in? What do you kind of talk to your teammates about making sure that everybody's ready for the call when a big point is needed?
Yeah, so I just make sure my feet are on the court, they're not thinking anywhere else. My feet is on the floor, and then I think about what I need to do, don't leave early. Get a good approach, go up, make a good shot or a hit, see the block, and then I can't get that without my passes and setters again.
Oh, of course. And with a team like Sebeka, again, because that they're going to be picking up some of those and keeping balls alive, how quickly do you guys on your side, as you see that ball coming over, it's got, people don't always realize, I think, how split second some of the decisions are made. So how is that chemistry so important for making sure where you're going to be setting the ball when you get it back on your side?
Yeah, with so many hours with our setter, we just all know each other. So I just make sure I transition really fast off the net as an outside because it's a little further away than say the middle. So I just make sure I go really quick to the outside. And sometimes if I'm not fast enough, I'll take a ball in the gap, and then I just go up with it, and yeah.
The other thing that Hannah said was when you don't get a chance to do a totally aggressive swing, it becomes a shot. And again, that's another thing that's kind of a split-second decision. What do you look for to know whether you can go full board for the swing or whether you need to try to place something?
A lot of it for me personally, I get behind the ball a lot. So if I'm really behind the ball, then I try and make a shot, other shots that Hannah talked about. And then, but if I'm on, I obviously swing. But then I also look for where that block is. And there's also teammates behind me telling me short middle, or telling me where to go. And that's extremely helpful.
One thing that I've always said in our broadcasts is that when you have some of the long rallies that you guys had tonight, seems like the longer it goes, the bigger the momentum for whoever ends up with the point. Do you feel that on the court as well?
Yeah, no, totally. It honestly gets me going. It gives me just that extra push of okay, let's go. I'm a little bit out of breath in this rally, but no, I want this point. So I just keep pushing and going, and yep.
In the service line, you had a few aces. I know Coach Hershey talked about the aggressive serving. I think, we knew that this could be a pretty good battle tonight, and you guys grinded out a really nice win, Brianna.
Yeah.
So congratulations. Congrats on the award, and we'll see you again soon.
Yeah, thank you.
Brianna Hannigan, the Pine River Family Market star of the game. She'll get a gift card for Pine River Family Market. We'll take a timeout, and we'll talk with the head coaches when we come back. Pine River-Backus with a sweep on yourliveevent.com. We're back on yourliveevent.com with our post-game recap. Pine River-Backus gets the win with the sweep. Joining us now is first for the coaches, Becca Pouliou, head coach for the Sebeka Trojans. Coming in, we know your team's battle, and boy, did they tonight. 3 very close competitive sets. Coach, just off the top, how do you feel your girls played tonight and battled with this Tigers club?
I'm okay with our performance. And obviously, I don't like losing 3-0, but we did some really good things, and we're playing ball. We just need to clean up a few things. We got to not let balls drop, not have the string of errors. But I think if we clean up some things, we're going to have it all together here come playoff time in a couple weeks.
You know, I saw you a few weeks ago in a Pillager, and to me in this one, it seemed like Miranda Loquist was kind of a different player. She seemed much more dominant. She got some great opportunities to get some shots down. How much growth have you seen over the past couple weeks with some of these younger players that, have been counted on in top roles throughout the year?
Miranda played for us last year. She's a good player. She's a smart player, but she's really becoming more confident this season. And this last weekend, I really saw that she was like, she just was seeing the block and seeing the defense, and then also when she's blocking, she's just timing things better. So her game has really grown in the last few weeks. She's just got more confidence, and she just I just said put up in the air, let Miranda hit it because she was having a day. She hit 407 on the night. So
yeah, it seemed like she was very successful. Now, one thing that we always talk about your teams is the scrappiness factor. And we got to see that on full display, using every inch of the floor possible to keep balls alive. You've been at this a long time, and you've had a lot of great teams that do this, but sometimes does it even amaze you at how they can keep some of these in play?
Yeah, we had a couple tonight that I was like, whoa, we actually just got that, or we got it out of the net, and we got a hand on it. So I was proud of that because we haven't seen much of that this year. In the first set, we weren't as scrappy, and my assistant coach kind of got after the kids. We all need to be going. We just can't have a couple people diving for balls. So I feel like everyone really stepped it up in sets 2 and 3 defensively.
With how your team played, it's the fun part about talking with you, Coach, is and a lot of the coaches, you can always take some of the positives, and you can tell that there's some things that can really excite you about where this team can go. The downside is there's not a whole lot of time to really put it all together. So you're back at it Thursday. If you had to take 2 key things from tonight's match that you want to build on to try to get this Trojans team a couple more wins and some momentum, what would it be?
It would be probably our out-of-system stuff and passing. I mean, Annika, that was probably her worst night passing we've ever had. So I'm hoping I don't see that again out of the back row, but we kind of let them string together. So we're going to clean up our serve receive and clean up our out-of-system hits so we can be more offensive. And I think we'll be okay. We have a tournament, unfortunately, next week too, so I think it gives us a good opportunity. We got quite a few games here. Only 2 regular season left, but then we have 4 more. So it'll give us some time to clean things up.
Well, Coach, we wish you the best of luck. Hopefully we'll get a chance to maybe see you down the road in the tournaments. Thanks for your time tonight.
Thank you so much.
Becca Pouliou, head coach for the Sebeka Trojans here joining us as the Tigers get the victory 25-20, 25-21, 25-18. The scores here tonight. Looks like going to see if we have a score update real quick as I had a message come through. Yep, Swanville got the sweep over Crosby Ironton tonight, 25-18, 25-14, 25-22. Head coach for the Tigers, Josh Hershey, coming in now after the win. I don't think it was a surprise, Josh. This was a hard-fought one. We had some really good rallies, a lot of players flying over the court. What stands out to you tonight with the Tigers getting the win?
Yeah, we just kept grinding, and so I was proud of them for just keeping, grinding when, arguably we didn't have our best night of the year. But we just kind of stayed the course and found a way to get it done.
I think that's one of the interesting keys is teams that can find a way when things aren't going their way or things aren't as crisp on the floor. With how hard these teams work, and we know how hard you work with them, Josh, what's the number one thing with that type of a takeaway from a night of watching your team grind it out?
Yeah, well, sometimes we tell them those nights are maybe more important than when everything's going smooth and everybody's playing awesome and, things are going your way. When you're dealing with, 15 to 18-year-olds or even younger, they're not going to be at their best 30 sometimes a fall. That's just not going to happen. But, first of all, I got to give Sebeka a ton of credit. I mean, I thought they played really well. They were flying all over the court, made a lot of good swings. And so, certainly a big factor in that was our opponent tonight.
You talked in the pregame about aggressive serving and that you felt that was kind of one of the keys. Tonight, not a whole lot of aces, certainly some errors mixed in. But when you get some spots on the opponent's side, and we saw, we see it all the time. Somebody might be having a rough night, and you kind of go after it. As a head coach, you have to have the mentality for the win, but what do you talk to your servers about in terms of, how helping them recognize that, hey, somebody might be having a tough time over there. Let's make sure we take advantage.
Yeah, we call the spots for them, in our program a lot, and hopefully they can, hit their spots. But we're trying to stretch the floor angle-wise. I don't think a lot of high schools are great at it, and so hopefully in the next few weeks we're going to be a little bit better at it than we were tonight. I like what I've seen in games and practice. I don't think tonight was a great example, but, not only finding that kid that maybe is struggling, but, making them use tougher angles to pass that ball.
You also talked about the balance, and at least by my tally, there was some pretty good balance on the offensive side. How were you pleased with at least the opportunities presented to a number of girls, so you can try to continue to work on having that stronger balance?
Yeah, for the most part, we hope to get Megan Irish more involved, and I mean we see great things. She's just got to do it on game nights, and she knows that, and she's more than capable of it. And Cassidy, I mean that's probably the worst game that's the worst game we've seen her play in a long, long time. So she'll be better. So we're confident in her, but just was one of those nights. And so, but yeah, I thought overall, it's encouraging to see Avery Sawyer step up and play like that up front. And Bree, Bree's been good for a long time now.
All right, Coach. Yeah, a 3-game sweep. We didn't expect it by any means to be easy tonight with Sebeka in town, and the challenges are good. And now you go on the road on Thursday. What do you expect from Northam Kelliher?
I have no idea, to be honest with you. We were just focused on tonight, We'll go back to practice, get some kind of scouting report put together for them, and, worry about our side more than anything. We mentioned, my wife was talking to the girls in multiple timeouts that, offensively what we've been working on the most, we probably didn't run one time tonight, and that's disappointing. We got to do it a little bit. So otherwise, you're not just magically going to do it when the playoffs come. You got to have confidence and run it. And especially when we're passing the ball pretty well. I thought our passers were doing a good job back there in serve receive, and you should have all your options at that point.
Well, we'll see what you can continue to work on. We know we got a couple more home ones before the playoffs, wrapping up the regular season next week. But good luck on Thursday, Coach, and we'll be seeing you again soon.
All right. Hey, thanks a lot.
Congrats on the win, Josh.
Thank you, Doug.
Josh Hershey, head coach for the Pine River-Backus Tigers. That will do it for our broadcast tonight. Again, Pine River-Backus with the sweep, 10th win in a row. They are 21-3 on the season. Their 6th straight win over the Sebeka Trojans, who fall to 8-12 Thursday at Northam Kelliher. The next up for the PRB Tigers. Parker, you heard all the comments. Any final thoughts here before we wrap up the broadcast?
I mean, the coaches were honest. You always like that in an interview. They point out everything that they saw in their own team, especially Pine River's coach. It's good that the coach, at least, I know sometimes the players, like I mentioned earlier, you get on a roll. Maybe you think of yourself a little higher degree. It's really refreshing. Most coaches do, but it's always nice to be reassured that the coaches stay grounded and they stay vigilant of what they need to work on, because he was right with everything he said, and it's good to take notes, especially because it can be really easy to say, we're 21-3 and we're just going to stroll right into the playoffs and see how she goes. But I mean, he went into specifics on how to, focus on practice tomorrow and get right back to it.
And you can guarantee with Coach Hershey's club they will do just that. But they are 21-3 after the win tonight, 3-0 over Sebeka. With that, thanks, Parker, of course, for joining us. We want to thank Joe for helping run the show. Joe runs the show. We should make that a tagline. There, hi, Joe. And, of course, thanks to that's wrong. And we, of course, thank, all the sponsors and advertisers for being a part of the broadcast tonight. PRB with the win over Sebeka, 3-0 on yourliveevent.com. Until next time, check out the upcoming schedule on yourliveevent.com, and we'll see you next time.